Well, welcome back, and moving on from where I left off yesterday. As you can see, this is the end result, the finish of all the clipping that I'd done, and I'm actually quite pleased with the result that I've got. So let me now show you how I actually got to this. Okay, and that leaves me just to do these. I haven't done the ones in here yet, but just for the sake of the exercise. Okay, so here's my washes that I've made. Alright, and I do them one at a time so that there's no misalignment. And the other thing is, I don't know if that washer, like so, okay, fits like so, and I think it's going to, that might end up scratching a bit because it's sitting hard up against this little wall here, so I might have to just flatten that on the bottom a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't want to play. Alright, I need to flatten those a little bit, so I'll just switch off for the moment. Okay, so if you can see that, okay, just flatten one edge. You just use an angle grinder with a flat disc. Alright, so we'll just see if that how that goes. And that's a yes. And okay, and some new Loctite. Could use red Loctite, but red Loctite's pretty tough stuff. I've used it before, and it you virtually almost bend the item before you actually get something in. Come on. Okay. Okay, that's one. Mister? Three. Okay. Those washers are stainless steel, and they're 2mm thick and made purposely just for that size nut, which is about 9.5mm diameter. Okay, so I think that meets the criteria for the slides. I don't think the washers needed to be any broader, As you can see, that's about a 1-inch spread there, in diameter as well. Okay, now I had an issue on my lathe. My little parting tool has destroyed itself. Doesn't like cutting stainless, so I've got to wait for some new parts to come up before I finish that. And so that's it, all done. Okay, and finally today, this fella should look familiar to some. This is the gearbox that I had overhauled, I don't know, 12 months ago now. And what happened was, this is the drain plug for the gearbox, and I had the drain plug that comes as standard, which is a British standard pipe type fitting, BSP, meaning that as you drive in and tighten up, it actually creates the seal. And what happened here on this one was that I had the slightest crack just here, and so I had to, of course, remove this, open it up and re-weld that, and then re-tap it. So I thought I won't use that type of BSP plug anymore. I machined this one out of brass, put a hex head on it and a broad washer, and then put a Teflon type thick washer, plastic washer underneath that. Now I've been tightening that up, and it's been leaking. Now I know Carl's been saying the same problem with his water pump, and it's been really bugging me because I've had this put aside, and then I noticed a little bit of oil on the floor, and of course I just hadn't done anything about it. So I now don't know how much oil I've got in there, but the point being is that over the last 8 or 9 months it's been leaking, you know, the odd, I don't know, could be 1 drip a day or a drip a week, I'm not quite sure. There's not really that much oil flowing. So I use that sealant, that Teflon sealant that I might have mentioned on Carl's comments, and that's been on now for about 3 hours, and it's as dry as a bone. So I'll get the sealant and just show you what it looks like. So that's what I did. This plug drain has been machined, threaded and so on, but given a flat face so that it sits flat against that, and then a soft face, which was this plastic washer, but it still was leaking. So I didn't want to apply the pressure to break this open again, which is what they all can do. And also I made one for the top filler as well, which is over this side, and I'll just I'll pull you over and have a look and show you that. Okay, so that's the top filler. Again, same principle, but at least that's not drowning in oil, and so that one should be okay. Alright, so as I said, this gearbox was done 12 months ago. It's been bench tested. I've had it running on the bench with a belt drive, and mainly to measure the differences between the ratios, to make sure that the overdrive works as it should, and that this solenoid functions as it should as well. Okay, so and the ratios were spot on, and that was done with a rev counter, which I used at the other end there. Okay, so I drove it actually in reverse from this end on a belt drive, electric motor on a bench, and then revved it up, and then threw the solenoid on, and just to have a look at my ratios. Also, I've done a lot of work in the gearbox. I've made my own synchros in there, and I wanted to see how that would actually go as well. So that's just sort of a by-the-by thing. Now I'll show you this Teflon as well, if I can find it. Oh, yes, I can. Right. Okay, so that's the stuff there. Boston liquid seal. There's different brands available. This one I just happen to have on the shelf. I did buy one recently, and so it's a liquid sealant for gas and water, but it dries fairly hard. So this, I've used this one quite a bit. Alright, for those that might need to use something similar. Okay, that's the end of it.